Scenic Gallery are proud sponsors of UK Wedding TV.
Welcome to UK Wedding TV, a brand new show on Sky Channel 212. Created specifically for brides-to-be, bridesmaids, wedding guests and even grooms. UK Wedding TV will be delving into new trends, wedding preparation ideas and tips and tricks for making your big day even more special. We'll be scouring the UK for the best wedding venues, wedding entertainment ideas, the most gorgeous wedding dresses and of course award-winning wedding cakes. You get the idea. We are also looking for fantastic couples to feature in the show.
Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Charlotte, and welcome to UK Wedding TV's very first programme. Today we're discussing wedding entertainment, and we've got some great interviews lined up with some key entertainment professionals. So David, you've been in the entertainment industry for how many years now?
It's 42 years now.
42 years.
This year.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Well, I bet you've seen all sorts in weddings and things like that. How can a couple make a wedding all it can be in terms of the entertainment? What would you suggest?
Well, really, it's just planning, because a lot of people, when they have a wedding, they don't actually take into consideration the entertainment value of the wedding, because they're so busy looking at the cakes, the cars, and things like that.
Yeah.
And that is something that just gets slipped away, and what they'll do is look at that the last minute, and it's always an add-on, and they never put a lot of attention to it.
Okay, so attention to detail is a big thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the most important thing is, you see, you have people coming to your wedding, and they're coming possibly from all over the world, who knows. And you have a sense of responsibility where you should be looking after the entertainment value. Because once your wedding's taken place, the rest of the day is all down to what you provide them.
So let's pretend I'm the bride and myself and the groom have chosen the entertainment that we want. For example, we want a band, a live band. How would we go about choosing the right sort of band for our wedding and making sure that the people we're hiring are trustworthy and reliable?
Well, as a bride, Charlotte, you look absolutely stunning.
Thank you very much.
So, to answer your question, what we do on the band is that there are loads of avenues you can go to book entertainers. But if you're going to use an agent, you've got to use a reputable agent. Or if you're going to book them direct, then you have to make sure that they're PAT tested. That means that all the electrical appliances comply, because very important, because without that there'll be no insurance on the building. Then you need to find out if they've got public liability insurance. If you have any problems, a speaker falls over, a children pulls a cable, that is covered. You've got to make sure of that. And then really, when it comes to actually booking the actual entertainers, you have to enter in some sort of contract with them.
So taking all that into consideration, where would they actually find somebody suitable? Say, going back to the band, say they want a live band, where would they find that band? Would they go on a website or anything like that?
Well, it's all about choosing what you want and just bearing in mind what your audience is going to be. So the best bet would be to go online and see loads of bands, actually go and see them. Best of all is to see if the band are used to doing weddings, because that's a different environment again as to working in a social club.
Yeah.
It's a different environment altogether.
Just to round it off, what would be your best tips for the wedding couple to consider in terms of entertainment on the day?
The only thing I can really say to that is that it's a special day for you, so make it a special day for everybody else.
That's sound advice. I totally agree.
When booking your vocalist for the evening, it's very important to get the right one. And we're lucky today because we have a gentleman on our show who's been all over Europe and well established in the entertainment circuit. It's a man with a hat, it's Dino.
Selecting the right singer or wedding singer for your venue could be not just the evening singing, so you've got whether it's a band or a single singer. Do you want a theme behind it? Do you want a crooner? Do you want a swing singer? But also during the day. And also filling that lull between, in the afternoon, between the time you've had your wedding breakfast, call it, and then the break in between, and then back for the evening. So it's nice to have background music while you're dining, but then why not something a little bit different that entertains your guests, like one of the waiters suddenly bursting into song, yet he's been there all afternoon waiting on you. Maybe the mad chef coming out and pretending that he's the chef, and then he bursts into song, or the manager. So then that gives that surprise element for your day, and get your wedding guests involved then, and the more involved they are, the happier you are, because it's a joyous moment. You're being married, you want everybody to enjoy themselves.
I'm here at the Coedwigomaster Hotel near Bridgend in South Wales. Now this venue is extremely popular for wedding receptions. It's a 4-star Victorian country house surrounded by over 17 acres of woodland. Now today we'll be meeting Brian Gunton. He's a professional magician and he's going to help us find out more about the entertainment industry for weddings. So out of all the forms of entertainment that a couple could choose for their wedding, if they were to choose a magician, what could it add to the wedding?
I feel it's a very flexible form of entertainment which suits itself to 4 main periods. The first one is while photographs are being taken after the ceremony, either while the room's getting turned around. More and more venues are having the ceremony in the hotels or in the venues, so they have to then move all the chairs down, put the tables down. So it does increase that period of time from sort of, an hour of traditional photography through to possibly 2 hours, depending on how many tables, how many guests. So having a form of entertainment at that period, it does add a little something, especially for friends who perhaps have to wait all the way through that 2 hours for their photographs at the end. Is I try and break the ice. So it's all about getting couples, talking to other couples, individuals, joining groups, trying to do all those embarrassing introductions that people don't want to do. And also working in conjunction with photography to capture those reactions on camera. So again, you have multiple options for your choices of photographs. More and more people are going for candid shots, etc. The next one then is in between the courses of the meal. I don't perform when people are eating, but what I do is I class myself as an animated table decoration. So I'm there to sort of enhance the event, but not to detract away from what it's all about. So again, I don't perform. So as they start on table 1, table 2, I'd be at the far end. When they get there, I then go to the tables to finish the starters and just move around the room like that. It's also a great way of introducing people around the table. You're going to have another 9 hours sat with each other. So sitting on those tables, is a great way of getting those embarrassing introductions, getting people's names right, which is always an important thing. How many people have said to someone, "Oh, what's your name?" and then misheard it and then not wanted to say that name for the rest of the day because it's almost an embarrassment for them to do that. So any unusual sounding names, I make the mistakes. The next one again is in between the day and the evening. Again, if the room's getting turned around, again, if it's an early wedding because of the winter and you're having light for the photography. Sometimes people get married as early as 10 o'clock in the morning in the winter, so there is a massive gap between the speeches and the evening, up to sort of 3 hours in some cases. That tends to be overlooked, and if you're in a venue that offers no accommodation or no other alternatives for people to go to, it's sometimes you've got that trapped audience that sort of could do with something, liven it up as well. The next one obviously then is the evening. Starting with evening guests as they arrive, if the speeches are still going on, but then obviously going through into the evening as well.
Are there any tricks that you could show me here now?
Yeah, that's no problem. Do you want to just move these slightly? Okay. Okay.
I'm not going to disappear or anything.
No, this is fine. Okay, this is sort of first. I'll roll these up a little bit. I know people don't trust me. This is fine. Okay. So you can see this deck is all in new order. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you shuffle?
Yeah.
Please give me a shuffle.
Go.
Okay.
No, I can't.
That's a no, but we'll work with it. Don't worry. Okay, so you're happy with that, and as you see, these are pretty mixed up. You've done this before once or twice. Okay. Now the idea is what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get you to pick any one of these cards. Now you can see the way we go through these cards. Now you can split them anyway. You can do anything you want. Okay. But what I'm going to do is if you just take any one you like. Mentioning personalisation, these are mine obviously. They've got my name branded all over the back. But I can do this with any card. So what I do is I can print these up as well to make it a little bit about you rather than me. So if you memorise the card, if you want to show the camera, that's fine. And if you want to place it back into the centre, that's great. Okay, so you've seen this stuff before where you take a card, you can put a card on top of another card.
Yes.
And you memorise the one above it and then it goes on to the bottom and you know that trick?
Yeah.
This is a version of it that I sort of came up with where you just take a few cards. You can take 4 cards. Now these 4 cards will tell me a little bit about yours. So the first one will tell me it was a red card. Was it red?
Yes.
Second one would tell me it was a diamond. Was it a diamond? Yeah. Third one would tell me it was an 8, and the last one would tell me the card. Was this the card?
Yes.
Did you notice anything about those?
They were all my cards.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Did you not notice the middle? They were slightly different. Just slightly.
What?
Probably wouldn't notice. They're slightly different.
They were all completely. How?
Well, yours is a little bit different to all the others. You know that? If you just drop it, it just flies off. You can see this. Okay. Could you sign it for me as big as you like? Here's a pen.
Okay. Because you're not going to know my signature. I'm going to actually put my... Anyway?
Yeah, as big as you like. You can keep it at the end. My details are on the back, should you need it. Just phone me after 5, my wife... No, I wouldn't do that joke. Okay, this is fine. We're on camera. Today, people are using technology and stuff like this. In my pocket, I have a phone.
Okay.
Now, on this phone, it has the ability to get thoughts, okay?
Okay.
So if I was to get the thoughts from you, I could seize the thought of your card. So if you think of your card, it was the 8...
Yeah.
It was the 8 of diamonds, wasn't it? And if you think of the signature, what happens is you can send that to me. I can capture it on my phone. And then what happens is you can just reach into the phone and pull it off the phone.
No way.
And if you take that out...
This can't... How...
And that's what I do, really. What I do.
Can I keep my card?
You can.
I can
As I
keep
said,
my
my details
card.
are on the back. Charlotte, don't worry. You don't have to
Just in case
phone
I
me.
disappear or
Well,
something.
you know,
then,
never mind, you might be getting married one day. So there we go.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm very impressed. Oh, thank you so much for coming to speak to us today. I've learned so much, and I'm sure others will as well.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Charlotte was truly made by Brian Gunter and Magic Tricks. But join us after a while. We'll be talking to Lindsey Pugh, an excellent vocalist and DJ.
Scenic Gallery are proud sponsors of UK Wedding TV. The Smarter Bride. The Smarter Bride is a brand new online bridal website and wedding directory, connecting brides and grooms with the UK's very best wedding venues and suppliers, with our blog, forum and wedding directory, as well as lots of hints, tips and inspirational ideas. Planning your wedding has never been easier. We also offer a bespoke wedding planning and venue styling service. The Smarter Bride, the smarter way to plan your wedding day. www.thesmarterbride.co.uk. Joe's Sweet Dreams, for the sweet moments in life. Joe's Sweet Dreams, affordable luxury for every occasion. For a high-class function, a family event, or simply to show someone they are loved, Joe will find something to express your feelings and fit your budget. Joe's Sweet Dreams, for the sweet moments in life.
The Wedding Business brings you wedding suppliers from all around the UK. We unite wedding suppliers with couples planning their big day, bringing you a wide selection of experienced businesses that will help you with your dream wedding day. How about some free wedding planning help? We provide a good team of experienced wedding planners who are here to offer a free PA consultation to assist you with arranging your wedding within your budget. The Wedding Business, your wedding, our planning service.
They say that some places create a sense of magic. We believe St Mary's does just that. Nestled in 150 acres of Welsh countryside, the 16th century farmhouse retains its old world charm with beamed ceilings, thick stone walls and the Lovelock bridal suite in the rafters make it a perfect place to celebrate your marriage. Visit our website for details of our packages and bespoke weddings, www.stmaryshotel.com.
Mr. Mrs. Magazine is a full-colour glossy magazine designed to inspire wedding planners with a range of exciting ideas that makes that big day even bigger. We thrive on giving couples the best possible ideas and advice for their special day, offering outstanding features throughout the magazine each and every month to help you find everything you could possibly need for your wedding. Brides, subscribe now, or if interested in advertising, please email Catherine@mrmrsmagazine.com. Scenic Gallery are proud sponsors of UK Wedding TV.
Welcome back to the show. And next on UK Wedding TV, we'll be speaking to Lindsey Pugh, who's performed all over the UK. But not only is she a performer, she's also a DJ as well. And she'll tell us a bit more about that. Hello, Lindsey.
Hi, how are you doing, Dave?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
That's good.
Tell us all about DJing, and but first of all, about the importance of getting the right DJ for a wedding, especially.
Well, so many people have different tastes, and when people consider a DJ, they like to ask what genres they play.
Yeah.
And also, to me, I think it's important that I personally play songs from the 50s all the way up until the present day.
Yeah.
Because you have to cater for the young as well as the
yeah.
old.
Yeah.
And by all means, just because somebody's older, it doesn't mean that they're not going to like the current chart hits either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to be prepared on the night for any requests.
Yeah.
But also, I always plan the music with people beforehand, just to make sure I've always got the tracks that they want me to play on the night, especially for key moments, or if songs remind them of a special moment, maybe when they first met, or even if they want me to dedicate a song to a family member.
How would somebody, if you weren't working that night and they wanted to book you, and this is what you do, but what would they do if they couldn't get hold of yourself, if they wanted to book somebody else? How do they go about making sure that the DJ they get for the evening is going to cater for their needs?
Well, I always believe in feedback, and word of mouth is important. People can ask others if they've heard about that company before, if they'd recommend them themselves, if they know anybody who has used them. And it's important, if you want to, go and have a meeting with that DJ before the day, go through all the options that they offer, just to make sure that that person or service is correct for them, for their particular event, and maybe for the type of, wedding reception they're looking to have.
I got you. Many wedding couples have musicians at their weddings, but have you ever considered a harp? Well, today I'm joined by Glenda Cloyd, who can tell us all about the harp, as she is a world-renowned harpist. Tell me, Glenda, when you're booking the harpist, when is the harpist best to utilise? Are they in the church? Are they in the reception? In the evening? Or?
Well, I get booked for lots of weddings, and it varies depending on the taste of the bride and groom. Yeah. So basically, if it's going to be for the church, it can take the place of the organ, for example, for when the bride comes in and when the couple exit.
Well, nice,
it can be used for the hymns. It can be used for the signing of the register.
Yeah.
And as, obviously, at the beginning of the service when the guests arrive.
I see.
If you're having a civil ceremony, I think it's much nicer than having a CD playing or an MP3 player, that you have live music.
Yeah, of course.
And so the bride and groom could choose their own ceremony music with the harp. And then drinks reception, often outside in the lovely weather. The harp is ideal because the sound just carries in the wind, so it creates a lovely atmosphere.
Yeah. So the acoustics are a big factor.
And obviously, lots of people don't know each other when they arrive in a wedding, so maybe the drinks reception is the first time that they get to talk to each other.
Of course.
And the music, especially harp music, is a great icebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And then on to the wedding breakfast. That's the time that the bride and groom can relax and they can actually hear their music choices being played. So that's really nice as well. And as the chatter gets louder and the wine starts flowing, you can play more modern music. I'm quite happy playing jazz and blues and even Lady Gaga on the harp. So as the tempo rises, as the audience gets more jolly.
If the couple can't book you because you're already engaged, what should they be looking for when they are booking a harpist?
Well, when you're booking a harpist, obviously you need to have somebody who's going to complete your requests for the day. Rather than what the harpist can play, you really want to have something. So if you want a very romantic themed wedding, then you need somebody who's going to be able to provide a good program of romantic music for you.
Yes.
Likewise, if you're going to have a themed wedding, maybe like a Disney wedding, or if it's going to be a medieval wedding, like in a castle, then you need to have somebody who's expert in their field to be able to provide that kind of music.
How would you advise that someone goes around to check the credibility of a harpist, to see if they'll come to their standard on the day?
Well, you need to go and visit them to start with, or you need to see them performing at a function or at a concert, and then very soon you'll see how their presence is on the day, how they are with the guests at the wedding, for example, because you need to be really friendly and very hospitable as a character, as well as being able to play the harp to a really high standard.
Having the right entertainment for your wedding can't be overstated. Let me show you a really special clip from Paul and Laura, who tied the knot at Margam Orangery in South Wales. The day was filmed by UK Wedding TV, and Paul and Laura wanted to incorporate their love of music into their wedding. So let's take a look at how they did it.
Dear Laura, where on earth do I begin? Very soon it will be our wedding day, and you will be Mrs. Laura Deanick. It is a day I've been looking forward to more than you can possibly know.
Dear Paul, I have written this letter to you from my heart. My intention has been to attempt to put down in words what you mean to me and to look forward to our big day.
I am so lucky and honoured to be marrying my best friend later this month, and I only hope that I can do you justice and be the husband that you deserve in the years to come.
Paul, you are the love of my life. I don't think anyone had ever made me feel so valued and cherished for my work or for being me before.
On this special day,
I promise in the presence of our family and friends
I promise in the presence of our family and friends
to stay by your side,
to stay by your side,
secure in the knowledge
that
you'll be my constant friend
that you'll be my constant friend
and faithful partner.
and faithful partner in life. Dad, from the time I was 13, I've known you weren't going to be here to share in this, my special day. Okay. But thanks to all your love, compassion and support, for all I've wanted to achieve, you have helped prepare me for this, the biggest day and commitment of my life. Since the day you were taken from us, you've been in my heart and my thoughts.
Today is a day of celebration, one that welcomes a new member to the Deanick family. And like Laura, I also have a person missing from our celebration, my beloved mum. I feel her presence with me every day of my life. And although I find it hard that her illness took her before her time, without the opportunity to meet her new daughter-in-law and her 2 grandchildren, I find it comforting that I can sometimes still hear her voice, encouraging me on the one hand and giving me consolation when things can go wrong on any given day. She would be so proud to see Laura and I becoming husband and wife, and I am marrying a true lady who is such a caring, unselfish and beautiful bride.
Now you'll feel no rain, for each of you will be sheltered for each other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warm to each other. Now there is no more loneliness. Now you are 2 persons, but there is only one life before you. Go now to your dwelling to enter into your life together, and may your days be long and good upon this earth.
It's safe to say you've changed Paul's life forever and in the best way possible. Since you have been in his life, you have rekindled his love of music and made him happier than I've ever seen him. I can't thank you enough for the joy and the love you have brought into his life.
It's hard to pick one thing that's been enjoyable because the whole thing has been.
I think that there's a real sense of affection between everybody, like old friends who haven't seen each other in a long time.
The thing I really enjoyed was the speeches. Paul's particularly very heartfelt and very nice things he said about all of us. Neil mentioned that there's a lot of friends here that haven't seen each other for 10 years, and that's been really nice for me personally to see Paul, Scott and Neil again.
Seeing all the choir together, we've all come here for Paul and Laura. They're very important to us, and he made it clear in his talk or in his speech after the reception that he feels that we're important to them as well, and that was lovely.
Whatever the future holds, I promise to love you, treasure you, protect you, and to love our children to the exclusion of all else. I can't express the words about how proud I am about the vows we exchanged today, and I swear that I will commit my life to ensuring I keep them.
You light the skies up above me, a star so bright you blind me, yeah. Don't close.
That brings us to the close of another busy show here on UK Wedding TV. But next week, Charlotte takes a look at Simon and Danielle, who celebrated their wedding 12 months ago, and she has an exclusive interview 12 months on to see how married life is. And if you're a cake lover, well, Charlotte again, she's drawn the short straw this time. She is going to see and taste the fantastic cakes of Massimo, the master cake designer, all the way from Italy. See you next week.
Scenic Gallery are proud sponsors of UK Wedding TV.